Hey, what's up? It's me doing another one of these. It's been like a month since I've done one of these. I also got a new light bulb. That's all I wanted to say. Good night. Good night. God bless America. But no. I'm actually noticing the new light bulb makes it look like my hair is blonde right now, which is an odd look for me. It, especially with being lazy and not shaving, it makes me look fucking kind of sleazy. And also some oddly weird emo thing, actually, which is I'm not very happy with. I cut my hair. No, I didn't cut my hair off. It's still back here, but I just have it tied up because it's raining out. And I just came back from the grocery store because my life is a dashing, bold adventure. So, yeah. Anyway, as I said, I've been just working on Nemesis stuff. You can find, actually, you can find pretty much almost all of my music now on YouTube. All I have to do is just look up Nemesis Imperium on YouTube, and you can find the 4 demos we have up there. You can put in Dark Eden, and we have the stuff from the album I don't really want people to hear because I hate it. We've got the stuff from Jehovah's Sickness, and we've got a bunch of unreleased shit, so you can hear that. So yeah. But yeah, I've been sick. Oh my god, I felt like ass this fucking week. You know, runny nose, coughing, couldn't breathe, sweating with a fever, all those sort of things, and, you know, so, but yeah, it's, I feel better now. So basically, yeah, doing some, and also, as I said, you notice this one light bulb is there instead of the light source that's normally on that side, so, you know, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, yeah, as I was saying. So yeah, basically, I've just been kind of spending my time being sick and working on Nemesis stuff, and also, what is this? Interesting. Oh, it's very percussion-y thing, whatever it was. But yeah, so getting ready to start, you know, putting together a lineup. Only problem I seem to have is keyboard, but I always have a problem with keyboard. It's like no one plays keyboard in New York City, so I always have to make a keyboard player. And by make a keyboard player, I mean that I have to find someone who's somewhat willing to learn and just teach them how to play. Because it's not, you know, I mean, I have no problem playing it as an instrument, but, you know, I don't want to do it live, because that means I have to stand in one place when I scream and yell and do whatever else you call singing, and, you know, it's kind of boring to me to stand in one place. I don't like being stationary on stage. I like fucking being all over. I mean, and, you know, jumping off things and fucking doing elbow drops on people and all sorts of, you know, things like that. But yeah, you know, so basically, doing that, as I said, pretty much the rest of it, we've got, you know, people coming in, and hopefully, as I said, in December, we can get some shows going, which, of course, we will then put up, you know, like a song or two, because, you know, if everything's up on YouTube, then there's no point in you going to see us, but, you know, I think, you know, I definitely, you know, I'm pretty ambitious about this, and, it's good to actually be working again, you know. You know, I'm also talking with people about the visual aspect of it, you know, because I think, I don't know, I won't want to say it because then they'll give things away, but yeah, so just doing that, and also going over the editing of Houston Pretty Enough with me and Kim Halsey, the autobiography of 90s porn star Houston that I co-wrote. You know, having to go over the manuscript, see what the editors did and all that. And, you know, honestly, like, I'm totally new to the being a published author thing. It's totally new experience to me. It's not something I've ever done before. So, you know, I mean, ideally, it would be in a perfect world, I could just like, okay, here's the book, give me a check. But, you know, it doesn't really work that way. You have to go over the revisions, you have to go over all this sort of thing and make sure that everything's done, you know, right. And, you know, understandable. By the way, check out, if those of you noticed that when I cut my nails, like a couple months ago, how quickly they've grown. So hopefully the same will happen for my hair. I cut about 4 inches off my hair. Yeah, you see, it's, you know, if you remember how long it was before, now it's, you know, it's still, oh god, that's like Jerry Only's fucking horrible clip-on devil lock. But, you know, but yeah, you know, I did that. And, I like doing that. It's like, but yeah, so, basically, if you're looking to get some sort of coherent message from this, you won't. I just did this because I was like, hey, I haven't done a video in a while. Let me do one for you. You know? And, you know, ooh, it's actually pretty funny. But, yeah, so, other than that, Occupy Wall Street. That's been going on, you know, I'd like to say it's been going on Wall Street, but it hasn't been going on Wall Street. It's actually been going on what is it? Place called Jacoby Park or whatever? I don't actually know. But it's going on at some park or whatever. Occasionally they'll take some signs and they'll walk down Wall Street, but for the most part they've just been kind of living in a park. And, you know, honestly, you know, here's the thing. I understand their cause, and I actually support their cause, because I think that that's one of the biggest problems in this country, is I think that, you know, the people who are at the top, you know, 2% of everything get so much more of the wealth than the rest of us do, you know? And it's funny how whenever, you know, they're like, oh, we can't find money in the budget. And it's like, well, raise some taxes on some rich douchebags. And nobody wants to do that. What they want to do is, you know, cut programs and cut services and cut schools and all this sort of thing, instead of, you know, going after people who fucking, you know, just got themselves a goddamn, you know, $1 million bonus last year. You know? I mean, you've got fucking, ooh, that is not a good look. But, but yeah, like, for example, you know, hell, even fucking, you know, our glorious Emperor Bloomberg is always talking about how, you know, what the hell is the, oh, okay. But yeah, you know, he's always talking about how, you know, the rich pay enough and we should just raise the, you know, just raise taxes on everyone, like 13%, and that's awful great for people like you who can fucking afford it, but, you know, you suddenly raise my taxes fucking 13%, I can't afford rent, and I can't afford to eat, and a lot of people have that too. So anyway, back to Occupy Wall Street. See, here's the problem with it, is that, you know, and I've said this to a couple people, I think it's way too well-mannered. I think one of the, you know, problems is that, you know, they, as I said, they walk past Wall Street with a bunch of signs, and they don't actually disrupt anyone. You know, if you look at all the actual protests that did anything throughout, you know, the civil rights protests, where people had dogs suck on them, you know, and fucking, just sicked on them, sucked on them, would be a very odd protest, but, you know, they sent dogs out, they fucking blasted people with fire hoses, the police beat them down with batons, you know, all this other shit, you know, and meanwhile, the Occupy Wall Street people, there's pedestrian barricades all over Wall Street. Yeah, I know. You know, I see them every day when I'm, you know, in the area, and everybody seems to be very self-congratulatory about, you know, the fact that they're living in a park for the last, like, week or so, and that, you know, the TWU and a bunch of other unions are, you know, are showing support, which is, it's sweet, but it's not going to do anything. See, if you actually want to change things, which, you know, this whole hippie, fucking non-violent protest bullshit, it doesn't do anything. You know, there were thousands and thousands of people, and I've said this before, there were thousands of people outside the Republican National Convention, you know, back in 2004. Tens of thousands of people. The streets of New York City were filled. And nothing changed. George Bush was still reelected, you know? And yet they could have surrounded and stormed the garden and killed every fucking person in there. But they didn't, because they were so busy dancing around to world music and holding up signs and feeling good about themselves. And that's really what, unfortunately, too many protests become about, making the protesters feel good. What a protest should actually be about is anger. It should be about, just like, I thought they were annoying. They were annoying as fuck. But you know what? When ACT UP went to Grand Central Station and they blocked the place by handcuffing themselves to the railing, people paid attention. When Kent State, the fucking National Guard got caught in. When universities, the dean's offices were occupied. When any number of actually effective protests. This is like, hey man, join our protest. They're doing bad shit, and it's like, okay, you're right, they are. But what are you doing about it? Fucking, there's at least 150 of you fuckers there, and there's even more on the weekends, which that's another thing about it. Why is it on the weekend? There's no business going on in Wall Street there. The stock market isn't open then. During the week, you guys should be going there. You should be blocking all the fucking suit and tie guys there. You should be fucking, climbing the goddamn pedestrian barricades and, just sitting there and making a big nuisance of yourself, which is really what you guys need to do. And yeah, you're gonna get arrested, the police are gonna beat the shit out of you, they might even get the dogs and the pepper spray and all that sort of shit. And you know what? You take it and you come back the next day. And yeah, you get a criminal record, but you know what? That's how you change things. When you make it so inconvenient for the people who work there to come. That is how you're gonna, start making an effort. Look at the WTO protests. No one sat in a fucking park. People were fucking, blowing up Starbucks and shit. And that's, and they had to move the WTO out of there purposely because of that. And you know what? You may not change the system completely, but if you go out there and you give up this whole, little flower power bullshit, you're gonna actually start getting shit done. And that's just my 2 cents on that. So, yeah. Anyway, this is probably the end for this video. Anyway, so yeah, I'm excited, man. I got to go see Danzig doing a Sam Haines set on October 29th. It's a Danzig Legacy show. It's going to be at Hammerstein Ballroom, and it's going to be Danzig doing a Misfits set, a Sam Haines set, and a Danzig set, and I'm excited about that. I've known about it for about a month, but I didn't want to say, about a month and a half actually, but didn't want to say anything because any tickets that you guys bought before I bought a ticket would mean one less chance for me to go. So, Anyway, there'll probably be more substantial updates soon. I just want to get another one of these out there, really. That's all this comes down to. So, yeah. I guess I have to go, read my fucking manuscript thing and go see if I can find someone to teach keyboard. So, until next time, don't die. Or die. See if I can.